Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
Notice my alcoholism is gathering things, and I'm excessive in shopping, excessive in gathering things, and excessive, just excessive. And so I apply my program into shopaholics type of thing. And so I decided to declutter things.
Nice.
So I gather my items into moving boxes and left them in each room. And whatever I got, like I needed something, I took it out and I put it away when I used it. And then I applied, why am I holding on to these items? And if it's emotional tie, then I use the program, my 12-step program, to figure out what's the emotional tie. And I have to use, is it a need? Is it a want? Is it a regret? And like, okay, what is my part to it? Is it something that I can work with? Or is it, can I give it as an heirloom to someone? So I use a process to get rid of it or keep it. But if I keep it, am I able to pass it along? You know, then
Insightful. I don't think that people realize so much that an addiction is easily transferred into something else. Like you see the guys at the 12-step program, they're all smoking, chain smoking and drinking cup after cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, I guess you're not drinking anymore, but you're doing something else that's pretty
yeah.
Yeah.
It is transferable. Like, so I had the nice blessing to be a hairstylist, to notice clients and habits of, like, I had some clients that are divorced and they'll say that they're divorced even it's been 15 years. And I finally had enough with a client. I'm like, bro, you're single. You got a divorce 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You're just single.
Right.
And I'm not going to feed your ego anymore.
Yeah.
You're addicted to that sympathy, and I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah. You're good for that for a year or so, but I mean,
exactly. Yeah, like you're no longer divorced anymore, man. Like,
right.
you need to work like, I can help you. Like, so I applied that recovery program to that mentality of an addiction, of that sympathy. Like, let's work that out. Let's work that out. So it could be applied to a lot of different things. So when I was decluttering, when I was trying to figure out creating space, physical space, so I can let things in. So that was one thing I was trying to do, is creating more space, freedom for something new to come into my life, because I was hoarding and creating problems and not creating room for something to enter. So I decided to remove things, like old clothes and items in my apartment. I got rid of items I don't need. And
it's also very insightful, because that's exactly what happens when you remove, whether it's a relationship or a whatever, career or whatever it is, or items. All of a sudden, new things come and take their place, and they're usually better for you.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, when I got into the kitchen, this was an epiphany. Like aha. I got to the refrigerator, and I was cleaning the refrigerator out, and at this time I was on the carnivore diet, and I'm still on the carnivore, but a little dirty on the carnivore. But the carnivore is basically just meat and fats and dairy, and that's pretty much it. And I looked into the door, and I'm like, I have a lot of condiments, like a lot of condiments, like excessive amount. And that bothered me. And luckily I was in tuned enough. That's a great thing about recovery. You become more of aware,
sure,
and insightful. I'm like, okay, this is something I need to work on. Let's hold off on it. Let's write about it, or let's just put a little jot note and just put it away and come back to it. So shut the door, wrote about it, thought about it. When I meditate or I need to think about something, I'll write it, and I'll go on a motorcycle ride.
Okay.
And that's my present meditation.
Mhm.
So I go on a ride. So I wrote on it. A month later, came back to it. I'm like, oh, I did a meditation, walked to the refrigerator, and I'm like, it's my dad.
Oh, wow.
Um, my dad, he admitted to me and to my mom that he is a dry alcoholic.
Okay.
He made a couple comments, but before I got sober, when I was younger, in my early 20s, he admitted that he could have been or is or was a dry alcoholic. And now I reflect on at that time, I reflected on he would drink a koozie, like a 40-ounce koozie of dry or instant decaf tea,
Okay.
about 7 of them a day,
Yikes.
like excessively.
Yeah.
Then he would soy sauce every time we have rice or something like that. He would
Yeah.
have like a cup of soy sauce on his rice, or he would have like a cup of ketchup on his eggs, or like he would have 2 cups of like syrup on his pancakes, like excessive amount of condiments.
All right.
And back in the day, it was Pace or Sam's Club. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, technically
Yeah.
Urbandale. So
Sure.
we would buy these big bulks of condiments,
Right.
and he would excessively use these condiments.
Okay.
And subconsciously, I would hold on to these condiments because it was a constant reminder. So I held on to this grief or this sorrow about my father. And I'm still in the process. And that was 5 years ago. I'm still grieving and still processing the death and also the lost connection and dealing with the type of neglect I'm dealing with.
But you're actually processing it now.
I'm still processing it.
But you are actually processing it,
Yeah, I'm processing it. Yeah.
sort of doing something and now being aware of it, but you're working through it now.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that I was acknowledging it
Hmm.
and not drinking over it,
Right.
that's the beautiful part of recovery, is finding the tools to deal with something. And the healing part is finally the letting go and being present of the having that aha, and like all of a sudden your system is like, finally, thank you for letting that go. And then able to help someone else in recognizing, I know that sign. I can see that you might be holding on to some type of grief.
Hi, this is Joe Grumbine, and I wanted to share an update. The platform that hosts this podcast has made some changes to the subscriber settings, and we have a number of subscriber-only episodes that we offer to the supporters, and for a minimum of $3 a month, we can get you signed up. And if you're already signed up and you're having some kind of trouble locating these episodes in the other platforms, I would say maybe the best answer is to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. I'm sorry for the hassle. I don't have any way to make a change, but I'm very grateful for all the support. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you are aware, I'm sure deeply aware, that this is not just a thing you have to accomplish, but it's a lifetime of practice. And these problems that you have are part of your DNA, and you're wired. It's never going to go away. It's like my cancer. I have to deal with it for the rest of my life. Even when I have it gone, it's still going to want to come back, and it'll always be looking for a place to come in and set those bad habits up that allow it to be. So, you've acknowledged or accepted the fact that, this is my new life. I live this way now.
Yeah.
You've talked a lot about your art, but you didn't really kind of clarify about that. I know you're working in film and writing.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your art?
So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
We're gonna go a little long because we're in this. I don't want to cut it. I think this is beautiful. Let's just keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. And, you know, so I do a couple different artistic capability. I'm creativity is so important. The human soul, the human body, we humans, we like to create. We have to create. And my source of creation is art. And I paint abstract painting, and I also work with leather, so I create that way. And also my new ventures are ironically playwriting slash filmmaking. And my new adventure is I'm developing a play about recovery.
Wow. All right.
And I'm also working on a couple of short films right now
Sweet.
about recovery as well. And it's interesting. Finally, you're in your zone, your clicking zone. All of a sudden, like your health issues it aligns and it kind of disappears. Like you don't notice them.
Right.
You know they're there.
Right.
But all of a sudden they kind of like dwindle a little bit.
Right. They're not such a stark feature that has to be reckoned with every time. Like
correct.
You can now navigate your life, and it's there. But
yeah, you know they're there. It's just like they're not present as much. Like so, like this is what I noticed about health, and then with being aligned within your passions. So I have an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
And it's interesting about autoimmune. All autoimmune, it's the root cause is unknown.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But
some reason your body attacks itself. Okay, great.
Right. But if you talk to a doctor and a psychologist, the common denominator is trauma.
Okay.
So you get those professions talking together. They're like, oh wait, your person over here that has trauma and your person are the same people that have autoimmune. Okay.
Something about it. Yeah.
Something about it. And so if you try to heal the trauma, and so something reveals itself. So, but I notice when I'm in align with my passions, my autoimmune pain generally softens.
Nice.
And when I'm not in alignment, it flares up.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Pretty dramatic. It's a pretty loud voice talking to you.
It is. It really is. And like I went to a meditation retreat this past weekend, and we did some harmonization meditation things. And all of a sudden, if you're a musician, I used to sing. Okay. I was a music art major when I first went to college. And we studied the God note a little bit. And the God note is a harmonization note that you generally cannot produce. Okay. It's a harmonization between voices. And I produced it within my own chamber of my vocals.
Wow.
And it was an instant reminder that I had to get back into harmonization of myself.
Okay.
And it was something I was off kilter. Now that this past weekend was a reminder, like, okay, I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
So
got to keep that course straight.
You had to keep the course straight. And so if you're in recovery or seeking recovery, hopefully you're aware that nudges will get you back on course. Mm-hmm. And I'm in that. I'm aware of these nudges. Like, I'll give you an example. This is so fresh in my life right now, and I'll tell you. So, as a hairstylist, old career, I'm doubling careers right now: filmmaker, playwright, and hairstylist.
What's going on?
I'm multi-creative, talented. But as a hairstylist, the normal health issues are carpal tunnel, and I'm developing carpal tunnel in both hands.
Makes
So
sense.
I'm unable to grasp correctly. And in the last couple of years, I've been wanting or thinking I should move forward into a different path, and I've been unable to step out of it.
Okay.
Now I have no choice to do so. And either I can fight it, or I can listen to my body and be like, okay, this is time. And I'm not going to fight it, because obviously if I fight it, I'm going to have more physical problems.
Right, right. It's
The
one of those things, the more you do, the more it develops and the less you can do.
Correct. Yeah. And the universe is letting me know, like,
Yeah.
God, universe, it's like,
Sure.
hey, this is me saying go.
Right, right. There's something else
Please.
doing right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm developing this play about recovery, and it is a passion of mine, and it's designed and spread the world of recovery to everyone as a commonality, to make it common,
Mhm.
and to spread the idea that everyone has addictive traits.
Sure.
And it's the introductory to recovery, but in an artistic way. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be testing it here shortly in Los Angeles
Nice.
in January, and after that, my goal is to hit other cities after that.
Well, we have a nonprofit called Gardens of Hope,
Oh,
about an
nice.
hour south of LA. And we use our gardens for therapeutic horticulture, and people
Wow.
are overcoming addiction or mental health issues or physical issues or special needs of any kind, education. We do all those things through the gardens. I would love to uh, walk the
It's
garden with you when you come out this way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll record an episode live just in person.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, definitely keep that in mind. So, as you're going through this, what I've noticed, many of our guests, they go through a problem,
Yeah.
an obstacle, a trauma, a calamity, whatever you want to call it, that thing. Yours is addiction, mine's cancer, somebody else's is a disease, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And we decide we're going to overcome it.
Mhm.
Or we find a way through it as it is. Sometimes overcoming it means we live our life with it, but not being ruled by it or not being, controlled by it. But generally, what I see, the people that come to this show, they find a way to help others with it. And I know
Yeah.
you're working through your art. Is there, like, did you come to a place where you said, like, for me, I made a commitment, like I got hit with basically God jumped in my head and said, "What are you willing to do for this?" And I'm like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes," And then ultimately I made a commitment to help anybody I can, for the rest of my life. And that's my calling. And, that doesn't mean that's the only thing I do in life, but when I see somebody that needs help, I have answers. I know how to find solutions. And that's now a big part of my life. Did you come to a place like that, or is it just sort of happening?
Uh, it's coming full circle right now. With that whole helping others. I always like helping others, like in helping educate within the hair, and like even on set, I like to help others, and just spreading information out. As for helping and discovering a recovery as a whole, um, health information, like behind the chair, I'm just indulging them with information.
Sure.
It's great. I love it. um I just have this intuition to, um I have to do something and change for myself, for other people,
Hmm.
to help them. And it's a it's a gnawing effect. Like I'm not complete unless I'm doing it.
I love it.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm super, super uncomfortable. Because
that's how you know you're doing the right thing. You get yourself
yeah,
to that uncomfortable place and you do it anyways.
yeah, it is. It feels I mean, it feels natural, but unnatural at the same time. Uh, I'm not a social media person, and it's a hard battle between like, oh, I need to be on social media, blah 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 blah. I'm like, but I don't want to be on it.
Right. Yeah.
But I realize you have to make yourself stand
Yeah.
in front of it. But as for helping others, discovering even the hardest scenarios of cancer or divorce or a loss of loved one,
Sure.
there are ways to go through it, and going through it alone is the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it alone.
Yeah.
Except for cancer. I have not gone through
Hopefully
cancer.
you never will, because you won't be able to be on that carnivore diet anymore.
I've been told that, yeah. And but any major trauma situation,
Right.
you always feel like you're always alone.
Yeah.
But it's really not true.
No.
Any spiritual practices that are out there, they teach you you're never alone.
Fellowship, community, and connection.
That's always important. So
Yeah.
wherever you're at, whatever the situation is, there is a community. That's the beautiful thing about social media now.
Right.
And what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're creating a space for people to seek help.
The point of all of this is building a community, that a listener can plop in and go through, 300 episodes and find something that connects with them and listen to them and go, oh, wow, look, there's somebody else that shares this thing with me. And, usually there's a way to reach out to that person or find their way. I love it.
Yeah. It's awesome. So like the play I'm developing that I wrote, it's a platform and it's a play about a recovery meeting.
Okay.
And you follow a storyline of a female and a villain that happens in front of you, but it's a organization, a group of people that have life problems, and they have a place where they seek refuge, and from addiction to a death to a divorce to any elements of problems, and they just have a safe place to come to and just be like-minded health. That's all it is.
Okay.
And I just give it a place for that. And it's interactive, immersive type of play. So my audience members will be a part of the play.
Nice.
And so the goal is my audience members hopefully will plant a little seed for the future. So if they have a problem, they'll be like, oh, I have a problem. Subconsciously, like, oh yeah, that play, like, oh wait, da 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 da, and da 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 da. Yeah. So, that's the goal. So,
well, you're talking about January, maybe.
yes, yeah. So I
start showing.
Yep, I'm in the middle, in submission of castings right now.
Nice.
January 4th through the 10th I have 2 nights, but that's the rough week that I'm testing it. And after that, back to the drawing board to readjust.
Right.
Then after that,
so maybe by next summer, something will be somewhere to be seen, huh?
Oh, 100%. I have my 1-year goal is going to be, there is a festival in Scotland. I'm going to be going to Scotland with it. So for this 1 year, I'm going to be hitting some major cities throughout. So
that's exciting. Well, I certainly hope you film the thing as well. And
I'm going to be shooting it as well to help get some funding so I can travel with it as well. So yeah, I'm a filmmaker. Of course I'm going to film it.
I was going to say, it seems like a natural.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen, Severn, I am excited about the work you're doing, and I would love to help you promote this any way that I can. So feel free to stay in touch. And
I will.
I can always, as you have a link to share, I can put that into your show notes. The thing about this is once we publish it, it's out there.
Yeah.
And so we can make additions and tweak the show notes to reflect some upcoming. And also, if you've got some more to talk about, we can always come back and do another episode.
Yeah, love to.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well,
I
listen,
appreciate you.
I think I'm going to break this into 2 episodes because people have a little short attention span.
Yeah.
And I will get more listeners doing it that way to listen to
Oh,
that.
yeah. You do you. It's all good, my friend.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I just really want to thank you for sharing your story with us. And I think this is so aligned with what we're doing not only as a podcast, but with my nonprofit and the community we're building. So I want to welcome you to the family.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Your movement is very powerful for other people that are seeking for help. So it's an honor to be a part of it.
Beautiful. And do you have any sort of contact information if somebody wants to connect with you in some way?
I'm pretty simple to find. Severn Lang .com or Severn Lang on Instagram. Severn Lang. You can find me there.
I'll look you up and I'll connect with you as well.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate you, man. Beautiful. Is there anything? Yeah, so I'd love to connect. Definitely.
Like you could wrap up and if you just had a 20-second elevator pitch to share with our listeners, what would that look like?
Yeah. So in recovery, we have this thing called sponsors, and one of my sponsors passed away. And I'm wanting to spread his word around. Matthew Perry was my sponsor. He passed away not too long ago. And his nugget for myself to keep me aligned a lot when I'm in my darkest period is 2 things. If you feel like you're going to relapse or use with one of your isms, go have a milkshake. If you're going to feel after that one milkshake, if you feel like you're going to use or drink, go have another milkshake.
Nice.
That's one. Like that. Yeah. One that
solves a lot of problems. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But the biggest one was sobriety is easy. All you have to do is don't use or drink. Okay. Your ism, your addiction.
Right.
Go to meetings, meaning community, and be nice.
I love it.
But that last one is hard.
Yeah. Be loving. That's the whole key to everything in life, right?
You can be nice. It's easy to be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
But be nice to yourself is the hardest one.
I hear
you. Be nice to yourself. Nice. And after that, it's easy.
Wonderful. Well, Severn, again, it's been an absolute treat to share this with you. And for our listeners, this has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. And I want to thank you all for making this show possible. And we will see you next week. This has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. We produce this show so that people can share their stories, people that have overcome obstacles, people that are undergoing obstacles. We're building a community of health-minded individuals. If you're interested in supporting the show, please leave a review on the platform you're listening to it on. If you're interested in becoming a guest, please send an email to itsjoegrumbine@gmail.com, or you can send a note into the notes section of the podcast. All right. Well, thank you for supporting this show, and we hope you've enjoyed it.